How did you get into video games? It was a cold, dark winter night, and I didn't have an umbrella. And as I was walking down the street, drenched, I saw a door. The door magically opened, and then I discovered that I had 3 older brothers and 1 TV, so I didn't really have a choice. Hey, what's up? It's me, Curiousjoi, and today is the day I do my video game related QA. So if you submitted your questions on Twitter, mainly, and a few of them on YouTube, I am ready to answer them now. Any crossplay games you'd like to see? Clearly, any fighting game that I own. I would love to see crossplay because I would like to be able to fight against all of you guys. And yeah, those are pretty much the only games that I play multiplayer now. So I don't really play FPS that much anymore. So yeah, fighting games. Specifically, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Which one of your favorite movies would you like to see made into a video game? My favorite movie of all time is Truman Show, because I love the concept of him being in this world and then him not knowing it but everyone else knowing it, and they're like acting and stuff like that. So I think a Truman Show style game, if there is one out there, let me know, would be amazing, because it would be like a mystery solver thriller action adventure something. What is the best 90s fighting game? Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Street Fighter, or Killer Instinct? I have a personal opinion. I am a big Street Fighter fan. I grew up playing Street Fighter. Street Fighter is like one of my favorite fighting games, so I'm gonna have to go with Street Fighter. What is your favorite bad game or game that's not liked by the fandom? The game that's not liked by the fandom, I have to say it is liked, but not to the extent. The biggest one that I can remember now, it has to do with Final Fantasy. I absolutely love Final Fantasy 15. I know a lot of people did not like it, but I loved it, and it's not that popular of the fandom. And also Final Fantasy 8 is getting better. For some reason I'm seeing more people that like Final Fantasy 8, but before it was not something that was like really big on that. But I think those are the biggest ones. Other than that, Uncharted, I liked Uncharted 3. I know a lot of people didn't really care for Uncharted 3, but I liked every single Uncharted. There's not really one that I absolutely did not like that other people didn't, if I can remember. What are some of your favorite video game soundtracks? One of my favorite soundtracks is Final Fantasy VIII. I love every single song in this game. I love all of Final Fantasy music, but this one right here, Final Fantasy VIII, I love it so much. But the best video game soundtrack of all time is from Castlevania. This isn't the best one, but I do have this Simon's Quest vinyl. I got it because, you know, I'm a Simon Belmont girl. But the best soundtrack of all time, like all time, don't at me, is Super Castlevania 4. So I had to get the vinyl. It's just so good. And it's also one of my all-time favorite video games. So I love it so much. I had to buy it. Also, on the way, I pre-ordered the Final Fantasy VII vinyl. I did not realize I did that, but when I paid for my first class edition, I saw that it was pre-ordered on my Square Enix account. But yeah, those are some of my favorite video game soundtracks. What has been one of your favorite moment of 2019? Do you mean game related, or do you mean just like overall? Because my favorite moment of 2019 is 2 major things stick out to me. 3 major things stick out to me. 1, I got to meet Chris Evans. 2, Final Fantasy's Twitter retweeted me on Cloud's bike at E3. Senpai noticed me, and it was the greatest moment of my entire life. And Twitter Gaming reached out to me because they liked my tweets at E3, and it was amazing, and they gave me a SCUF controller, and it was so fun. So yeah, those are like my 3 highlights. Oh, I'm kidding, I have 4. I made partner on Twitch. What was your first video game regret? My first video game regret. I've played so many games and I can't remember one that's regret. Let's see here. Can I say my regret of this year? Because unfortunately it's playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm sorry. I dropped it. I couldn't finish it. I'm sorry. What do you think is the most obscure fighting game to ever exist? The one that always speaks to me that's just so random is Energize. It's the fighting game that had Cloud, Tifa, and Sephiroth in it. And I couldn't for the life of me ever remember that game's name. But then it just magically appeared one day when I was streaming. I was like, oh, the game's called Energize. Right. That's amazing. Why is Cloud and Sephiroth and everyone in a fighting game? I don't know, but I loved it because I love Final Fantasy. Ever played Modern Warfare on iPad or iPad with a PS4 controller? No, I only have Modern Warfare on Xbox, and I played it once and got nauseous. That's kind of probably why I don't play FPS that often anymore. Do you think there will be more than one launch version of the new Xbox and PlayStation console, and are you planning on getting both? Of course I'm planning on getting both. I have to get the Xbox edition, especially if it says Project Scarlet on it, because I have the day one Xbox of Project Scorpio, so I want to have the Project Scarlet of it. I don't think there's going to be two different versions. I think they're just going to like... They should though. They should do like a high-end version with like more space and more stuff and more low-end, so other people can afford the lower-end model with less space, so they can get more sales. But yes, I'm definitely getting both. And PS5, I already put on alert on Best Buy or something like that to pre-order that one because I need them all. I have a problem. But I just can't not have all consoles. I do not like making decisions. What other fighting games are you looking forward to besides Guilty Gear Strive? I'm looking forward to Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. It comes out in February, and I played the closed beta, and it was so much fun. I also played it again at E3, and I saw it at EVO. I did not play it at the time, but yeah, Grand Blue Fantasy. I'm so excited for it, and I cannot wait for it to be in my hands, and I can play it with all the people. What suggestions would you have for someone who isn't really into story? Cutscenes are fine as long as they're skippable, and recently got a PS4. I think all cutscenes that lately have been skippable, but if you want to have a game without story, I think I can't answer that for you. Some of my all-time favorite games are story-driven games, but if you want like fun gameplay, I'm gonna have to say Spider-Man on PS4. Do you enjoy any FPS games? Which ones? I used to play a lot of Call of Duty, and I used to play Overwatch a lot as well, but then I really wanted to go back to the things that I love the most, which is fighting games and story games, so that's just what I'm focusing on now. Cloud, Squall, or Thick Kate Sith? Marry, Netflix and chill with, kill, go. Well, clearly we're killing Kate Sith. Why is that even an option? Killing Kate Sith. We will probably Netflix and chill with Cloud and marry Squall. What can I say? I love me some Squall. If you could create your own game without copyright restrictions, what kind of game would it be and what character would be in it? Without copyright restriction, I want a game with all my favorite Final Fantasy characters like Cloud, Squall, Sephiroth, and then Nathan Drake. I have no idea. I don't know. It would be an action adventure RPG. It would be definitely what it would be. But I want all the characters I love. Simon Belmont could be in there. It would be like the Smash Brothers action adventure kind of game. I had never thought about that. That's interesting. What is the most impressive move, combo, feat you have pulled off? I don't know. I'm not a very combo-centric fighter, which I'm trying to change because I need to do that. I'm just very good at defending myself. What are your earliest memories of you playing video games? The one thing that I always remember, it's not like a console game, but it was on the old, like super old Mac, like really, really old. And I swear, I don't know how to activate this. It was like you go into this different screen on the Mac, and then there's like this penguin game, and you would just do a platforming penguin game, and then of course walking by the TV and seeing Final Fantasy on the screen and falling instantly in love. If you can live in any anime, TV, comic, movie, reality, which world and what kind of life would I live? Dang, man, all my favorite like animes and TVs and stuff have like depressing lifestyles. I'm gonna go with My Hero Academia. They're a little bit livelier, even though stuff is going crazy, but we have heroes to save us. And I would probably want to be a UA High student. What was the first game you threw a controller at? That's like an everyday occurrence. Are you kidding me? I throw a lot of controllers, but on stream, I try not to throw controllers, and I just throw like chapstick or whatever's on my desk. But I want to say like Contra or something like that, like something that would drive me mad. But recently, I think it was Devil May Cry 5. I threw some chapstick. Cuphead, I threw a controller. Yeah, I throw things often. And that's why my Twitch community is called Team Explosion. What's my favorite video game of all time? My favorite video games of all time is Super Castlevania 4, Final Fantasy, all of them. All the ones I've beaten so far. And Uncharted 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and Last of Us and Detroit Become Human and Indigo Prophecy and Mega Man X and Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Alpha, Dragon Ball Fighters. The list can go on forever. Has there been a or more video games that made you cry? Uncharted 4 made me cry. Final Fantasy 9 made me cry. Kingdom Hearts 3 made me cry, like ugly cry, like Kim Kardashian cry. If that ending didn't do what it did, then it would have been just like a but no, I cried like a freaking baby on Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't care what you guys say about that game. The ending was worth it. But yeah, that is all the questions that I had for you. I would love to do these more often, but if you want to see more videos, you know what to do. That is it for me. I'll see you guys later.